It's time to go 8-bit. Y'all doing? It's November, the leaves are falling, it's getting cold, and that classic NES Mini is coming out in less than 2 weeks, and we still can't pre-order it. That's a whole other story, but for this video, I want to give you guys my top 10 NES games of all time, not just that's coming to that classic NES Mini, but of all the games on that platform, my top 10. Here we go. DS Pro Wrestling. This game was revolutionary for its time, in my opinion. Each character was so different, had their own custom moves. Starman with the star kick. One dude could headbutt you, another dude would bite your face off. This game was cool. It was a strategic game. You couldn't just go in, boom, hit your opponent and pin them. No, you had to gradually weaken them, do your special move, bam, then you could call it a match. You could also throw your opponent out of the ring. I remember the timer element, and so that added another strategic element to the game. But Pro Wrestling, love this game. My number 10, Nueve, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a half shell, Turtle Power, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, not the first one. The first one was brutally difficult, hard for no reason. Those Japanese developers were just laughing at us in the first game. But in the second game, the challenge was more balanced. It was a fair game, and I loved this game from beginning to end. As a kid, I was a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, Splinter, Master Splinter, Shredder, Rocksteady, and Beat Bop, April O'Neil. I love me some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so, when the Nintendo Entertainment System got a good Turtles game, I was sold, dudes. This game is the king of the dive kick. Jump, dive kick right into your opponents was so effective, so rewarding. The variety of stages, the boss battles. This game struck a chord with every TMNT fan, and it had a great multiplayer component. I love playing this game with my brothers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Nueve, Ocho, Ninja Gaiden 2. I played both 1 and 2. I don't remember playing 3 on my NES, but out of 1 and 2, I love 2 more than 1 was a great game, but 2 took everything from the first game and just made it better. More special abilities. I still remember the ninja, Ryu, however you say his name. He had a special move where he could clone himself, sort of like Shadow Mario, and you have a Shadow Ninja following you, and he could also attack the opponents, almost doubling your damage. This game had a great story. I love the cutscenes in between each stage, made you want to keep playing the game, and the graphics were pretty cool, man. The boss battles were cool, and so Ninja Gaiden 2, you gotta play it. Siete RC Pro-Am. Do you like Mario Kart? Do you want to know where Mario Kart got its roots from? Play that RC Pro-Am. Instead of turtle shells, you got missiles, and you could blow the cars up. In my opinion, this was the best racer on the NES. This game had it all. Challenging courses, vehicle customizations, vehicle upgrades. I still remember going from them slow pickup trucks all the way up to the fast, speedy racers. This game was epic. You had oil spills, rain clouds, items scattered all over the tracks. Some of the races would get real intense all the way down to the end. but it was so much fun to play. Had a little in-game achievement system. You could collect your trophies and look at your trophies. Love me some RC Pro-Am. Coming in at number 7, CS Mega Man 2. Mega Man. Oh, this is the best Mega Man game ever, in my opinion. There are so many Mega Man games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So many just on the NES. And then you have the Mega Man X series. But for me, Mega Man 2 was the creme la creme, the cream of the top. This game probably had the best music in all of video gamedom. The opening scene, the camera scrolls up the top of the building, and then Mega Man with his helmet off. The strategy of having to beat certain bosses in certain orders to get their special abilities, and some bosses would be weak to some abilities. Epic, dudes. The first time ever done. This was the first time I could remember getting to choose what stage I wanted to play next in any order. Cool stuff, man. If you haven't played Mega Man 2, had some cool platforming elements. The enemies were all just uniquely and creatively designed. Love this game from beginning to end. Mega Man 5 Tecmo Bowl. I could still pick up and play this game right now and just enjoy it like I was a little kid. This game has a simplified button scheme, but the strategy runs so deep. You better make sure you pick the right play on defense to counter what you think the offense is selecting, and then you can completely destroy whatever they're doing. Also, I remember as a kid, this game was a little unbalanced. If you had Bo Jackson, Walter Payton, Gigi Nori, those two running backs could single-handedly destroy any team. But the game was just fun to play. I still remember my friends coming all around playing that Tecmo Bowl. Had a save element where you can play through an entire season. If you were a Dolphin fan like me and you never won a Super Bowl since 1970 something, you can win one right here in that Tecmo Bowl on that NES. What through? Punch Out. I still remember the code for Mike Tyson. I'm really doing this off the top of my head. 007-373-5963. I think that's the code, dudes, to get to Mike Tyson. This game was just a fun game to play. Everybody had Punch Out. Yes, the game had racial stereotypes, but it was just fun. It was crazy. It was fun to play. The first dude you fight, Glass Joe, was a joke. Bam, 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 knock him out. But once you got to about the 4th dude, you better put on your big boy pants. The game got hard real fast. Oh, I remember Mike Tyson, his uppercut, one hit, boom, you were done. Yes, the newer versions didn't have Mike Tyson anymore, Mr. Dream, but we all knew who it really was. It was still the same Mike Tyson. Boom, one hit, you were done. But this game was just so much fun. Yeah, you can say Super Macho Man was a little cheap. Them roundhouse uppercuts could get you from nowhere, but you kept coming back for more. I don't know why, but the game was just that addictive. And Mario as a referee, you can't go wrong. Yes, Super Mario Brothers. Oh, I shared this story before. My parents getting me a Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt Track and Field NES combo. And when I got that system, it was no looking back. I remember playing the game at my neighbor's house, and when I finally got it for myself, that's when my lifelong relationship with Nintendo officially began. The level design, brilliant. My first time seeing, for me, a huge epic adventure. You're talking to a kid that's coming from the Atari 7800 and then seeing something like this. I was blown away. Beat the game so many times. This is the game that put Mario on the map, and you can still go back today and play it and have fun. Super Mario Brothers. Dos. Super Mario 3. not just one of the best Mario games ever, one of the best video games ever made, period. I've beaten this game more than probably any other video game I've ever played. Oh, I don't know where to start with this game. So many new power-ups. The difficulty was perfect. World 1 felt like a World 1. World 8 felt like a World 8. It was pretty tough, some of them cannon stages. Koopa Links for the first time. Every world had a new surprise. World 4, seeing everything supersized. World 3, first time Mario in a frog suit. There was even one stage that had its own unique power-up, and it was the only stage in the game to have Caribou shoe, Caribbean shoe. I forgot the name of the boot, but y'all know what I'm talking about. This game is a must-play for not just any Nintendo gamer, but any gamer, period. You have to beat Mario 3 at least once. Oh no! Final Fantasy. I know you dudes are saying, how in the world did OBe1 pick this over Mario 3? This is my top 10, my opinion. As a little kid, I experienced elements similar to Mario 3 in both Mario 1 and 2, but when I pushed in, pushed down, pushed that power button on my NES for Final Fantasy, I've never experienced anything like this before. I remember you just open up, you're right in front of a castle. I said, I'm not going in the castle. Let me start exploring. And so I went up, ran into some imps. The imps kicked my butt. You know what I did? Let me go back to town. Got me some armor, got me some gears, went back outside, beat down the imps, and that's when it all clicked for me. This is the game that made RPG games some of my favorite games of all time. You beat the first dungeon, you saved the princess, bring her back to the castle. You thought you accomplished something until you go over the bridge, and then the opening scene begins. Epicness, dudes. Love the music in this game. Traveling to the different towns, the different regions, the dungeons, having to grind. This is when RPG grinding was real. I know they remade this game on the iPhone, but it's been nerfed. It's been dumbed down. It's been so much more simplified. You had to earn your weapons. I still remember trying to go into Marsh Cave, but the enemies were too tough. And so you know what I did? I grinded. I earned all my experience points. I got all my gold, bought my silver sword, my silver helmet, my silver shield, and I was ready to kick everybody's butt in that Marsh Cave. Dudes, I was obsessed with this game. I had a strategy guide. I remember the hit points for all the enemies. I still know it takes 100 hit points to defeat them pink ogres. I still know it takes 120 hit points to defeat the green ogres. I love this game. Defeating the 4 elemental bosses, earth, fire, water, wind, and then going to the final boss. Epicness, dudes. This is hands down my favorite game on the NES. And so, dudes, what are your top 10 NES games of all time? That's the beauty of the internet. We all have our own experiences, our own opinions, but sound off in the comment section below because I want to know. But before you go,